Okay, we are coming up now on our... Goodness, we're on our 41st episode right now. So I'd like to ask if someone could, or some peoples could give a recap of what happened last time, if you remember.
All I know is that I am at 0 hit points, so that fight was bad. I need a nap.
So we were unable to talk our way into getting the uh, barbarians to kind of like just either walk away or just kind of like, oh, it's Dave, it's okay. We'll trust him. We'll work with him. So there ended up being a fight. We had to take out some of them. There are a few that are still alive but unconscious. There was a giant ant. The bag of means was very eventful. So there was a lot of mischief and mayhem kind of done in the actual battle itself. But we've Anne's sister made an appearance and kind of threw something that I think we were starting to win into a little bit more chaos than it already was. Pan's sister said, no, you need to trust me, and was asking Pan to follow her. We seem to keep the artifacts from getting sucked into the orb of the vast city, which I memorized the city layout and kind of what it looked like. But Freya popped in at the last second and caused additional havoc. She basically attempted to grab a particular item and escape with it, but Pan's sister got a hold of it and they both teleported out. Where Freya did her near explosion thingy and we all got knocked back. As Rachel mentioned, Ori basically is on death's door and we need to help her. I'm currently at 9 hit points, but it seems like Freya. Is it Freya?
Firra.
Firra at the moment, but booming with her light.
That was awesome. Thank you. Anybody else want to add anything on top of that?
We have some packages in our little bag of holding. We have, was it five?
I would say five
Five,
packages. Yeah.
5 packages of unknown goodies that we're going to be stealing from this auction. Um,
Don't we
so
have?
that,
We'll have to get some of the apples and stuff from the tree that grew. One of them's poison, so.
one is poison. I was gonna say, like, one is poison.
But I think the other one's healing, if I remember the.
I thought they were just regular apples.
Oh, we'll have
Oh,
to.
I think they're
that's
just
a
regular
dangerous
apples.
game of roulette. That's a dangerous game of roulette if they were healing apples. We'll probably heal you, or you'll die. But very small chance. But I do have Strength of Grave, which means I can make a charisma saving throw, and if I, do well on it, I will pop up to 1 hit point and not be actively dying.
I also have Spare the Dying, which is one of my cantrips. So,
Awesome.
I
My
can't.
Strength of Grave is inherent, as I am uh what's the shadow sorcerer.
So you're just gonna be eating apples until one of them pops, and you'll be like, "Oh, better pop," better use my ability.
Whoopsie. Yeah, essentially.
Okay. And I'm trying to remember this. Did you guys can refresh my memory or not? Did y'all kill the treant? I don't think that you did. That was there.
It's chaotic.
Um,
It's chaotic evil for sure.
Oh,
I don't think that y'all killed it.
oh, it's still chilling.
It's
no,
still
it
chilling. You've all been
well,
knocked back. So the explosion from Firra pushed everybody back. It knocked the barbarians, the acolytes, y'all into the wall. Everybody suffered damage, knocked many of you unconscious, and also took out Ori into, obviously 0 hit points. And also pushed all those orbs into the wall, smashing them, causing that portal to collapse, no longer be there, right? However, I think the Treant is still alive, so he's still okay.
We should leave, essentially.
So, all right.
We should leave. We should go take a nap.
I'm gonna push everybody. Okay, so we go ahead, go to the. Here we go. And we are not quite in combat, but I'm gonna put everybody there again, anyways, too, because in this case. And let me kick off a little mood.
Oh, and then there's a statue that insults Dave.
And there's a statue that still insults Dave too, so there we go. Yes, there's that. So at this point right now, and we'll play it out just to see how things go with Ori, but Ori has been knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The acolytes, the barbarians, they've been knocked out too. The Treant, however, is still, he's stuck in place, but he's kind of just swinging about, trying to figure out what's going on. Firra has been knocked out as well after her explosion. She lies unconscious at the floor nearby the entrance of the room. And just as soon as you saw Pan dip into a portal and disappear, just like that, another portal opens up and you see Pan stumble out back within just a matter of seconds. You see the portal slowly close, dissipate, and it is gone.
Interesting.
I'm going to re-roll everybody's initiative.
Oh, you little girl.
And I'll let you guys go ahead and roll your initiative too. And I'll let y'all decide how y'all want to go about this.
Well, I'm unconscious.
Depending on where you fall in the order of initiative, I do, because my thing is supposed to touch a living creature that has 0. The creature becomes stable. The spell.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put this Treant right here. There we go. Now the Treant at this point has been chopped down quite a bit. He's missing many limbs. Many limbs. And he is, in disarray, for lack of a better word. Right? So, I'll let y'all go ahead and decide. What do y'all want to do at this point?
I'm unconscious.
I just appeared out of thin air, so I'm not exactly sure what's happening, or do I know what's happening?
You're right next to the Treant, so it's chaotic evil and likely going to attack you, regardless of where you are. What are y'all thinking?
I'm almost dead, so
I think all of us, if we can run past it and just beat it, because we have.
Kenneth, how smart?
I can't run. Apparently, I appeared right next to it. I can't run, right? Or he'll just punch me for free.
You can disengage from it and get around it, so you can still go. You still can do so. Treants are, they're wise. They've obviously been around for a while, so there's that. Intelligence is a mix, depends on what college they went to. So, if they went to a community college, then, they probably saved a lot of money, so they're smart to do that.
The question is, can we, distract them with something sparkly?
You can certainly try.
Because if I use my Strength of Brave on my turn, because it's before Mikage's turn, then my bonus action can be using my Thaumaturgy to make these little torches glow kind of fun and interesting. And maybe that'll distract him enough for us to piece the hell out and let him finish off the unconscious guards.
A treant would not necessarily be, let's say, childlike. They've been around for a while, right? So, I mean, you can certainly try, but they are more than likely, they've seen fairies, they've seen fireflies.
I can
you know
cause rumbling. Thaumaturgy can cause harmless but scary rumbling. Yeah, we can try that.
You can try. All right, you guys ready?
I'll try it.
Okay.
I think so.
So here we go. We're going to begin. All right. At this point, the one of our barbarians, he is knocked out. He's unconscious. So now it is on you, Ori. So you've been knocked out. Did you want to use your, what is it called? Something?
Strength of Grave.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
What's called? Let's do this. Did it show up? I can make a charisma saving throw. Alright. Let's do this. Don't fail me now. Oh, thank God. So I now have 1 hit point and am no longer actively dying.
Perfect. Okay, right. So I give yourself 1 hit point.
So barely conscious, but conscious. Cool. And then my bonus action, I would like to make tremors, scary tremors, but ultimately harmless, to distract the treant. How's that go?
Okay, I like that. I want you to go ahead and roll an intimidation check then. Let's do an intimidation check.
Cool.
All right, that's an excellent roll. The treant, he's stuck to the ground and he starts to move about. You see him with a look of panic on his face as he's trying to ascertain what is shaking on the ground. And so his attention right now is drawn away. He's moving about. I mean, he's shifting his weight back and forth. He's trying to move about, but he's kind of fixed in place. Okay. But he's quite nervous. All right. All right. Anything else after that? The treant's gonna be next, and then Pan, you're gonna be afterwards. Okay.
Mikage is next to me. I'm gonna tell her we should grab Firra and run. We should get out of here.
I second that.
The treant at this point is like freaking out. He looks around. He sees Pan right next to him, and he's thinking. He sees himself. He looks. He's panicking, and then he looks at Pan, and you see just a scowl on his face. And as he does, you see a mighty branch just come slamming down your way, Pan. Pan, give me a defense roll. Tell me what you're doing.
I mean, I'm just trying to jump out of the way and create distance. If I can do that.
You can create the what?
Create distance.
Create distance.
So
okay.
I don't have to disengage.
It slams into the ground. However, as you're jumping out of the way, the branches are larger than what you expect, right? It hits you hard. However, like the branches, they're some of them are sharp. They hit you for 8 hit points of life. But you do manage to move backwards, probably about a good 5-10 feet. So I'm gonna move you right there right now, okay? But you've now been slammed and damaged even more. You're now out of the way of him. He's trying to reach around, try to grab you, but he cannot. And he is left still. You hear like a loud, booming growl come out of his voice, right? Okay, Pan, you've just been slammed by this tree. However, you've been pushed back. But you're bleeding profusely. What are you doing?
We're running, right? So I'm just gonna do what everyone else does. I'm just gonna keep my distance. Wait, hold on. Wait, we are running, right?
I would like to.
Yeah, so I'm good with just running, but I don't know where we're running to. Is
Next
there
up
even
is
anywhere
Mikage
to run?
and Dave, you're gonna be last, okay?
Is there?
I mean, we can go back through the
Where's
thing
the girl to pick up?
right by the exit.
I don't see the exit. Oh, is this the girl? This thing?
Yep. that's
Yes,
it.
that one.
The little hooded figure.
Okay. I'm gonna try to run over there and pick her up.
Okay. All right. You have picked her up. She lays unconscious in your arms right now. So I think that's
And
probably
do
good.
it-
Okay.
How
all right.
does it work, the running away thing? Like, do we have to like roll or something, or is it I
No,
can just
you-
start running?
It's just a movement. You've gotten past it, so it's fine. So
Okay.
that's okay. You've gotten past it. The tree in this case is also he's fixed in place. Okay, this guy's unconscious. Mikage, you've just seen Pan. Unfortunately, get slammed by the tree. However, he managed to get by it. The tree, however, is still reaching around. You see it have a wide wingspan as it tries to like swing about things. What are you doing?
So I specifically targeting me, or is it just flailing?
It's just flailing. It's just trying to reach out and flail and hit whoever's nearby.
Okay, I want to grab Ori and make it over to Pan's side.
In what direction
No
are you going to
resistance
go?
here.
And how are, let's see. Yeah.
No resistance here. I will willingly go with her.
So my plan is to take her, like, just grab her and run. Dave is to my right. I'm assuming he's blocking my right.
Yeah.
I can get out of the way.
Well, that would put you closer to the end. So I'm going to try here
Of Dave.
for the. I'm trying to put her on the out. She's furthest away from the end. And then my act does that. That's a movement. Is that considered an act? I'm grabbing three.
Yeah. So you'll be grabbing her and you'll be moving, right?
All right. Yeah.
Let's do, go ahead, give me let's go with athletics. Let's say athletics check just to see how well you do.
I better do well on this.
Let's see
I
how
have a-
far, let's see how far you get. Let's just put it that way.
Did it go?
Ooh, low or high? Which one is it? No, not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys. You guys get to about right here. I'm gonna put you about right here, okay? So you're a good distance away. All right. Okay, at this point right now, acolytes, they are slowly coming to, however, still woozy. All right, Dave, you're seeing your teammates run by. They seem to be getting by. Pan has picked up Firra, Mikage has Ori, and the statue looks at you and is like, "What's up, you yellow bastard? You gonna run away too?"
I kind of want to kill the acolytes now that they're sort of unconscious. But that's not what Dave would do. I'll follow him. So I'm going around there.
So which direction do you want to go? You want to go that way? Okay. Let's see what that
This
distance
way.
is. Oh, don't do that. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's 10 feet. So you could probably go and then another if you want, like 15 feet, I think, or 20 feet. You can go like that. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I can go, I think, 40 feet because I've got the thing.
I mean, if you'd like, it's up to you.
Okay.
Oh.
I think I got an extra 10.
Yep, an extra 10 or so. Okay. That sounds good. At this point, the treant is seeing this movement all around you. He's like, he's swiping. He's trying to grab you. He's trying to. You see the branches slam into boxes nearby. You're out of his reach though. The statue is calling out, "Dave, come back! Why are you leaving me? Just run! I knew you would."
I do actually need to destroy that because it can tell people my location, which I think is a little.
Oh, you're muted, Rachel.
Rachel, you're muted.
Take him with us. Grab him, drag him.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Keep in mind, the statue is a perfect replica of Dave too. Making fun of Dave, by the way. Right? Okay.
Yeah. It's great.
I thought he had already put it in his pocket.
Put it where?
I thought he had grabbed it earlier and put it in his pocket.
No, it was standing in the way. Okay, the barbarians are slowly coming to, but again, still woozy. All right, Ori, you are now with Mikage.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are making it over the way. However, as you look out, you see arrows. Pan, you look over and you see arrows fly, lit on fire. They start setting the treant ablaze, right? The treant catches fire. It just starts screeching in pain, and eventually the fire engulfs it, and it is down.
Wonderful. Okay.
You start to see, and I'll keep on. Sorry, I say to interrupt again.
Keep going.
You start to see guards come out from the entrance now. They seem to be the ones from the auction house.
Yeah, I can't see anything. Is there something different, like on my?
Let's see,
I
for
don't
you,
see anybody, even my friends.
that is interesting. Yeah, why don't you see that?
Right, like it's like I can't see in this hallway at all.
Here, let me move you real fast. Can you
That's
see?
the thing.
Okay, let me do this real fast. Can you see anybody? Oh, why is that weird shadow there? That's interesting. Okay, well, people are all over here. I'm gonna move you guys
Okay.
over just a bit now. All right, I'm gonna put you guys over here. There's a lot of blood going all over the place, by the way, which is great. Can you see them now, Pan?
Yes.
Okay. Guards enter the room. Now, at this point, they're all holding spears, bow and arrows, swords. They're looking at you. You know? Who are you? What are you doing here? Why are you trying to steal all our items?
I bought these items, bitch.
I'm gonna point, because I'm still real weak. I'm gonna point and be like, they actually did. Don't blame us. We're trying to save you.
The guards don't seem to be impressed. They don't seem to be persuaded at this point. There are many of them that are pointing at you. They've circled you up around towards the center. I'm going to move everybody towards the center. And at this point, they are surrounding you. They're also starting to go and capture the barbarians, the acolytes, trying to raise them up, put them in shackles, start carting them off. And they still have their spears and their swords pointing at you too.
Let me show you my badge. I'm a private security. Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah, go ahead, roll deception.
Oh, Pan.
No.
You try to pull out your private security badge, but they just like smack your hand away. It's like, we're not even interested in it.
You know, I don't know what else to tell you. We were at the auction. We were gonna pay for our stuff.
Now, why would we buy it if we weren't, if we weren't honest people?
Dude, ask the auctioneer. I bought stuff.
We just want to go home and take a nap. As you can see, we're very hurt.
Honest people thing after I just tried to lie to him.
Listen, ask the statue. The statue will tell you how cowardly Dave is and how we were fighting and trying to do the good stuff and losing. Statue, tell him.
The statue echoes back. I 100% agree that fellow over there is cowardly and told you to try to run away. I cannot agree to anything else. I did not see any of that.
I look at Ori like, why? Why?
I tried.
However, do not.
I thought he'd back us up.
Sorry, that was my bag of beans statue. You know how they are. You know.
The guards are quite confused, but they start encircling you closer and closer. However, you hear from the back Quellian's voice kind of chiming in. Excuse me, gentlemen, please, put down your swords, they are with me. And as they turn to look at him, they're like, oh my god, dude, I think that's that artist Quellian. And they all start let's say, fawning over him a little bit. You can see smiles through, through the gaps in their armor, right? Their swords are kind of lowering down just a bit. Quellian reaches out, like, please pay no attention to them. They are with me. They are part of my entourage. But those fellows over there, he starts pointing at the barbarians. Those fellows over there, I saw them, I witnessed them. They were trying to escape with all the items. I recommend that you do whatever you need to do with them. The guards now seem to be a bit distracted. They're kind of hoping to get an autograph from Quellian. At this point right now, they are preoccupied. What would y'all like to do?
I want to mime to Quellian, like, give them an autograph. Go for it. Pick up a piece of wood. Like, come on, they deserve it. We can get out of here.
Quellian gives you a little wink. And he pulls out a quill, and he starts like autographing their armor. They start pulling it down a little bit, and he starts autographing like pieces of chainmail and whatever they have on them.
So they're happy.
They seem to be a little occupied at this moment, right?
Okay. Should we leave?
Yeah, can I run with this body that I have in my hand?
At this point, it'd be easy to sneak out. Quellian seems to be keeping them busy.
Let's do that. I'm gonna mouth "I love you" at Quellian because he's saving our bacon, and let's scoot on out of here.
You see him kind of, again, give you a little wink as he keeps the guards preoccupied. However, as you're exiting out the door and you're leaving, one of the barbarians yells out, "Dave, don't forget about us. We need your help."
Oopsie.
Bro, you just try to kill us. Fuck you, first of all. You did not explain the situation well enough for me to give you any pity. No.
I was like, "Dave, I can explain. No, dude, come back."
Visit you at the prison.
Are they even going to prison? Because it's not like a legal auction.
If they're going to prison, we'll visit them in prison. If not, it's fine.
Well, you don't quite know. This is a kind of one of those black market auctions, so you may see them, you may not, right?
You may never see them again.
Okay, all right. But you're able to make...
Also, may I interject that last time I saw my clan, they were not on the good side of things. So I don't buy for 1 second that they have changed their ways.
That's true.
Yeah.
We saw them at a low point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they are, but they don't get the benefit of the doubt. They get.
All right. Totally fair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you guys are good, I'm going to move you back out to the city. All right. So you guys are leaving. You're done.
Certain.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
The opposite of benefit of the doubt would be disadvantage of certainty.
It's just straight up the doubt.
Yep.
Also, Sean, move closer to your mic.
Yes, please. Thank you.
This works perfectly for me. Thank you.
Okay. At this point, you're out in the city. You've made it outside of the auction house. You are back, roaming about, but most of the people seem to be pretty preoccupied with their own business and going on. They don't seem to have noticed a group of bloodied and beaten up warriors carrying an unconscious person. So consider yourselves lucky that nobody seems to want to mess with you at this point right now. So you kind of have free reign. You kind of get to decide, I guess, where do you guys want to go? Now,
Well, we need to go back to the...
Let's go back to the refugee camp and kind of like lick our wounds and see what we have. We might as well toss over Firra to her husband, see what happens with that.
now. Okay, so we're going to pick up again right here after a little bit of technical difficulty. So go ahead, Rachel, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off.
So we finished the dragon auction, the market, and we were going to help the rebels back onto the train.
Mm-hmm.
But we were going to not get on the train and instead go up to the.
Oh, did we lose Rachel again?
Yeah.
Man, that's unfortunate.
Can y'all see and hear me again?
Yep, I will hear.
We can hear you though, which is fine.
Just
We can't
here.
see you.
Okay. So we were going to go to the capital to hear the. She was the
The Prime Minister.
prime minister. Yes, to hear her talk.
I can't
So-
hear anything. I don't know if anybody else can.
We can hear her.
We can hear.
Oh.
Can you
okay.
hear me, Sean?
I don't think Sean hears. Oh no, now Sean just dipped.
Sean.
He probably X'd out.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he's coming back.
Oh, a lot more technical difficulties today. How fun,
Yeah.
On the day we need to get out early.
right?
Yeah, that's okay.
Sean, can you hear Rachel now?
You've
Can
got
you hear
a-
us?
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear now.
Okay.
Okay. John, you have a lot of background noise.
That might be from the city. I don't know if this is it. Was that it?
Possibly. Just
No, yeah, that was it. That was the city noise.
Because that was from the city noise that we were doing. So if you
Just
mean
kidding.
Sean being in the city, so yeah, it wasn't him. It was me. I'm sorry.
mistake. We got it. Okay, so you're buying more beans? Is that what's happening now?
Well, we
Yeah. Well,
haven't rested up yet, so we got to rest up. Because the thing is, I need to. If there's any dragonic lore or anything that we were able to recover, I need time to transcribe it into my book so I can give it back to the bookkeeper. That was
Right.
part of.
Oh, right. I
What did we get?
recommend, or I was gonna say, I recommend we don't advertise that we got a bunch of packages.
No, we're not.
Wait, so we
Even
don't
for the
actually
rebels.
know what we got yet? We just kind of got stuff and we have no
No, we
idea what
just
it
kind of
is.
got stuff. We don't know what it is.
Okay.
I think your sister got the most important thing,
What, the hand?
probably.
Did she get
That
the
was
hand?
the thing we were looking for, right? That's what
Yeah,
we were
that's what
looking
we
for?
wanted.
Or that's what you were... Yeah, okay.
We wanted real bad.
Did the halfling get the sword, or did he not get to get his thing before it
He
got
did not
stolen?
get to get his thing. He got all the way up to the front of the line and then was about to get something. And then afterwards, that's when mayhem ensued and then they started shutting things down. So he was just about to get
Okay.
it. He did not.
Poor guy.
So we don't necessarily need to know who he is. We just need to see. We definitely didn't pick up the sword because I think we would have noticed how big that is. But it may, if that sword plays a hand in maybe defeating this guy, it might be something to keep in the back of our minds.
Hmm.
But we got Firra. Let's find out. We got to kind of interrogate her, give her to her husband, her daughter. We got to see what she forgot because apparently she forgot something.
Mm-hmm.
So
And we remember she was in the prison. Not prison.
we assume she was in the prison.
Right. That was most likely her
Mhm.
being held, but also possibly a double agent. We're assuming it's her. Highly likely. Very likely. So that's something I would like to know. What you doing over there, fam? Huh? What you doing?
Well, she's also glowing. I think we need to, maybe
Yeah.
that will know what's
Pan,
going.
wait, what happened to Pan? Pan was in a different dimension, and then
He popped back.
He came back.
Yeah, I popped back.
right. But what happened in between?
I got punted back.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I went to go see what was up, and
Oh.
she just was asking for information and stuff, and then before I could do anything, she kicked me. She gave me this cool looking fan, and I can show my little fan, and I got kicked back through.
Interesting.
It may be hot enough for this. So Hold on.
The weird time dilation stuff going on where
Yeah, I think it was because it felt like I was there for like 15 minutes while I was there, but I guess in the span of the fight, I was gone for like 30 seconds or something. I have no idea.
Yeah,
okay.
maybe 10. Maybe 10
Nope.
seconds.
Yeah, like I wasn't gone that long, but yes, this fan is pretty cool. It casts a spell, and apparently it's a strong spell.
What's the spell?
Gust of wind.
Nice. Now remember, you have the ability to cast different elements.
Yeah, I remember. I was about to hit that dude with some fire if we fought him, the treant, from range.
Right. So I think, are we going to the rebel camp now?
Wait, did we rest? I thought we'd go to a resting place and rest and ask this girl some questions.
Well, I
After
thought
healing her or something.
I was going to say we've been resting at the rebel camp.
Oh, okay, we can do that, I guess.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys want to go to the rebel camp. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
Because we need to.
first stop. We need a rest. We need a heal, and we need to tie this girl up somewhere.
Okay. I'm gonna send everybody there. Let me know if you can see this. And I just realized I may have added lighting. Oh no, we're good. Okay, everybody can see, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
Nice.
cool. There we go.
Nice.
A little decrepit. Obviously, it's not a great, not a great place to be for these rebels, these refugees to be at. As you walk through carrying the body of Firra, the refugees are quiet, but they're whispering to one another. You can hear murmurs back and forth, their eyes kind of darting, looking at you. Some of them almost fearful and other ones hopeful. You don't quite know which one. But as you carry the body, they're all kind of very curious about who that is. One of the refugees, though, comes up to you, Ori, and she just kind of, gives you a light embrace and lets you know. She mentions to you, I just want to tell you, Ori, I'm really grateful for your father. He comes here every time after work. I know he has to leave. He's a busy man, but he still makes time to come here and help us all the time. And I'm so grateful. So thank you. I just wanted to tell you that your dad means a lot he means so much to a lot of us here.
Pat her on the back with my very weak hand. I'm so glad. Ori loves her dad. She's close with him.
Like, I don't have much, but I just want you to have this. And she just gives you a small piece of bread. Just a little bit of what she has. Just like, just as a thank you. Like, if you can give this to your dad, just let him know that he really does mean a lot to us. So thank you.
Oh, Ori's gonna cry.
She
Her
moves
and
back.
her
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was like, as Ori's about to fall over from exhaustion, too.
Yep.
Just enough of a pick me up.
To keep walking on 2 feet.
As you continue to walk through the crowd, you start to hear some raucous noise behind you. Or rather not behind you, but kind of off in the distance or so. It is, there's some voices that are laughing, jibing, chatting with one another. Pan, go ahead, roll a perception check for me, please. Your ears perk up as you start to tune your ears, you tune to the sound more. And you recognize that this voice is very familiar to you. As you think back to the guard station. And you recognize that this was the voice that you heard behind the door. What would you like
The
to do?
guard or the girl?
The girl.
Wait, wait. I thought we already knew when I picked.
So-
You're talking about the girl that we were just
Yeah.
carrying, right?
Well, I
We-
guess it's not.
I said
I can't hear you, Megan.
Oh.
No, it's like intermittent. It sounds like it's cutting
Oh.
out.
I was
No,
gonna
'cause
say,
I kept saying, be careful. We assumed it's
yeah.
the one that we're carrying, but I said, be careful. We are assuming a lot because remember, there's other people that that have F with the beginning of the name.
Oh, wait. So the person that I'm hearing is not that girl. It's just someone else. Like I'm just randomly hearing someone at the rebel camp who sounds like the person. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell these guys. I'm like, dude, we might have the wrong person. I think I hear, or whatever, what you just told me.
I mean, either way, Firra is Harbor's wife, right?
And his daughter is here.
So she does belong in this place. We're okay with bringing Firra here.
That's
But
why
she's
we
not
brought
the
her.
girl. But she's not the girl that was in the guard's room.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say that I think I hear the person from the guard's room, or I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go look for it. I guess I'm gonna be like, "Here, Dave, carry this girl" or something, and I'm gonna start to
We should go find Harbor.
look for the voice. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm hearing that Pan is going to go look for that voice, and everybody else is going to go take Firra to Harbor. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. As you start to bring... you bring Firra over to Harbor. You can see him talking amongst his generals and amongst his... amongst some of the other refugees, kind of just trying to get logistics in order because they're getting ready to get on this train to take them towards Crimson Rock, right? Trying to take them to get to their sanctuary. He sees you carrying the body of Firra, and all of a sudden you see him just kind of put things down. He kind of he looks at you very curiously, and then he just starts running towards you. He runs. As he does, he sees you carrying this body, and he just bursts into tears, and he is just crying.
She's alive. She's alive. She's unconscious, but alive.
Not dead.
And I just step out of the way and let him move towards her.
As he examines her body, he caresses her hair, he kisses her forehead, he's looking at her, it's like, I can't believe, I thought I'd never see you again. And he's trying to call, get Tara, get our daughter, get her here. And he's trying to call out, and everybody now is just rushing forward to try and help.
So
She's so
I would tell him, I nudge at Ori, and just tell her in comment, you may want to mention this is not our first time meeting her.
Yeah. Is she still glowing?
She's still there's just a little bit of a light on her.
Okay. I'm going over to Harbor. I'm gonna say a few things. Number one, the glowing. What do we know about this? Is she going to disappear? What's happening with that?
Is this normal?
Is this normal? Should we do anything for this?
He looks at her, he's like, I have no idea. She's never done this before. He looks over at Dave.
Cool.
Dave, you seem like a smart person. What is happening here? Tell me, why is she glowing?
Well, actually,
That's
back over here. Actually, back over here. One thing. She has glowed
My
before.
intelligence stats are actually not the greatest, so maybe I'll defer to Ori.
Hello. Yes, still here.
Like he turns back over to you, Ori. He's like, okay, you seem like a smart person. Tell me, what's... I've never seen this
My
before.
intelligence stats are decent. So, she has done a glowy thing before. We met her like a while ago on a train, and she did a glowy thing and then straight up disappeared, which is
Well,
why we're a little concerned. We don't want her to do that again. We had to go into a very bad realm. I don't want to be a bird again. So let's get this under control, okay?
You see him like a blank stare for a moment. He's like, I only understood like half of what you just said. Like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
She was on a train. We saw her. This was, what, weeks ago at this point?
Yes.
Time is irrelevant. Weeks ago, we found her on a train. There was a little fight. She started glowing, and then she disappeared. How we got her back doesn't matter at the moment. But the point is, she obviously came back, is here, fully formed. I don't want her to disappear again. You feel?
overhearing this, I step up. To get her back, she had to give up something, but we're not exactly sure what she gave up. It could be a memory. So you prepare yourself and your daughter, depending on what memory she gave up.
True.
He looks at you and he kind of scoffs a bit and is like, I mean, this is all a lot to take in right now, right? I mean, my wife is back. I haven't seen her in ages. And now you're telling me she's teleports and she's glowing now and she's lost her memories. I mean, ugh.
I'm gonna put my hand on his arm and be like, yeah, this is weird. We've been through a lot of weird things recently. We had to like go get her from a scary like other dimension type thing. So we get it. It's weird, it's scary, it's creepy. But believe us when we say we don't want to go back there. This is all true. Wrap your head around it real quick or put it away for later to process because she's still glowing. If you love her, let's figure out how to get this glow away.
His mind's still trying to process, and you kind of see him just, again, furrow his brows, and he's thinking. Over to Pan. Pan, you are sneaking in the shadows a bit. You're able to hide amidst all the, clatter of all the people rushing over to see what's going on with Firra. Right? As they do so, however, the voice that you heard from the guard station, they still don't seem to be abated by that. They are continuing to joke and laugh. They don't seem to be all that interested in what's going on. They're still talking and laughing the way they do. What do you do?
Can I see who they're talking to?
You go over and you look and you see a young tiefling girl.
Or like, okay, so I can see her now too. I guess that would have also been what I'm saying.
Yeah. You can see a young tiefling girl laughing and joking with two other younger tieflings.
Do I recognize them?
You do not.
Okay. I mean, but now that I've seen them, I'd be able to recognize, like my character will be able to recognize them if I see them again. Or
Correct.
describe them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna eavesdrop a bit more.
Okay.
Do I need to roll to eavesdrop or anything like that?
Roll
or
stealth
can
for
I
me,
just hear
please.
them?
Roll stealth. Sweet. You're able to sneak in, and you have not been detected. You can hear them kind of laughing with one another. And the female, the voice that you recognize says, "Oh man, you should have seen it. I had them like eating out of the palm of my hand. I was feeding them all this like ridiculous information. I mean, it's crazy that they bought it, and then they totally paid me all this money too. It's crazy. Look at this." So she starts jangling some coins. She starts sharing it with some of her friends. It's like, it's crazy. Like, oh, I can't believe they bought it. Like, hook, line, and sinker. This is crazy. But as she does so, she kind of looks a little bit. She's like, wait. And she pauses. And she kind of looks and she sees, squints her eyes a bit into the shadows. And for some reason, she picks out this tall, blue-skinned individual hiding in the shadows, right? And she's like, wait a minute. I don't have a good feeling about this. And as her friends are turning around, she starts scraping the money into her bag, and you just see her start heading out in the direction.
I want to chase.
She's running as fast as she can. But obviously, you have a much greater speed than she does. As you start nearing her closer and closer, however, she turns to see you getting as such. She turns around, and with her hands open, you see her call forth the ground. It starts to rumble and shake, and you start to see 3 large elementals emerge from the ground in front of you.
This is in the camp, right?
This is in the camp right now. I want you to roll.
You don't want to yell to her, hey, don't mean you any harm, not here to take your money. Because a strange man sprinting at her and
hell yeah.
gaining
Wait,
ground.
she's got something to hide there.
But that's
Let's
very
get
scary.
I want you to roll initiative.
Wait,
Like,
we
maybe
healed though,
we
right? I
No,
don't
you have
health
not.
anymore,
You haven't healed
right?
yet.
I thought we rested. Oh, I'm not fighting then. I'm gonna run. I thought we rested already. Whatever. I'll roll.
Megan, even if you had magic powers,
Wait,
if
that's
you
not
saw
it.
a strange
Hold on, how
man
do I roll?
sprinting at you in the dark,
Oh, I'm a fighter.
clearly,
It's not in the dark. It's in like the broad daylight. I was hiding. She's like in the middle of the camp.
this camp is very dark.
It's very dark. However, keep in mind they are tieflings. They've got night vision. They can see, right?
That's
And also,
still
Pan
creepy.
is still Pan because he is still a 6 foot tall, blue, white-haired, handsome devil, right?
That was a yes.
There-
Oh
Apparently,
no, I have nothing like
Work
that.
is
How do I close this page?
girls-
Okay, there it goes.
At this point, there is enough clamor. Everybody kind of turns to look around. At this point, all of you kind of see these huge elementals form out of the ground. So now everybody else can act as well too in this case. So Pan, now you are confronted. You see these giant. You see a fire elemental. You see a clay elemental, and a golem, and you see a stone golem in front of you.
Yeah. So my first thing is gonna be to yell. What were you doing at the? And what are they called? The camp of
The guard
soldiers?
station. Yeah.
Guard station. Yeah. That's the first thing I'm gonna yell out. If everyone is listening now.
Everybody's kind of startled. They're like, "What is going on?" They're all turning around now. But at the same time, they see these giant elementals, and they're like, "Wait." They're there's a bit of chaos in the air. At this point, for you, also for Ori, for Mikage, for Dave, you also see the mayhem, the elementals being summoned. So I will let you all go ahead and make a decision to what you want to do. But Pan, your call to her, she seems scared, and she's hiding behind the elementals.
So she's not responding to me.
She's not responding.
I have 1 hit point. I cannot fight.
This is some peanutty tiefling girl. These elementals are gonna be a joke. I'm gonna mop the floor with them.
Oh boy. Oh gosh. Don't say that.
Are elementals scary? Like, I got 11 hit points, but so I can fight a small monster.
I have 8. But I don't care. I'm still gonna mop the floor with these weak ass elementals.
Okay, so Pan's gonna die.
I think, well, she was friendly with everyone in the camp except for us. Maybe we're the problem,
Well, she was at the guard station. She's lying about something. I'm gonna I'm gonna yell it again, loud enough to where I don't know, someone important can hear.
Are the generals still next to us in harbor?
They are. But they're all kind of just kind of in shock at this point right now.
So I want to grab at least one of the generals or the closest generals and make my way over there. I have a feeling she would be more apt to trust them, but I want to see what's going on. I'm assuming I'm a little bit taller than the average tiefling. I'm grabbing, like I said, one of the generals and dragging them over to the commotion. If they're supposed to be the protectors, they're coming with me to help protect. Because I don't know exactly what's going on. All I can see is the elementals facing everyone. And
I'm just gonna go. Oh,
or not, I'm down to 9 hit points, but I'm not going to let a fight break out.
No, I got enough lucky points.
Okay, I'm gonna put you back there, and then Dave, what are you gonna do?
I'll fight. I've got enough lucky points, and I've still got a few rages in me. Maybe enough to swing the tide of this.
Okay, so I've got you in the middle right now. You are rushing forward, okay? So you are in progress, heading towards them. Mikage, you are approaching cautiously with the generals. Ori, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow Mikage. Yeah, I'm very weak, but if she sees small tiefling girl, she is small tiefling girl. Maybe she will be calm.
I look over my shoulder. I have the generals, or I suggest you stay with Harbor, and if Freya, I keep wanting to call
Firra.
Firra.
Firra, if Firra comes to, work with Harbor. Save your strength.
You're correct. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna stay with them.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, everybody roll your initiative then too. We'll decide, and we'll just kind of move it accordingly, okay? So Mikage and Dave, go ahead, roll initiative. Perfect. Okay, so at this point it's going to be Ori, Mikage, and then the clay golem, the fire elemental, Pan, and then the stone elemental, and then Dave, all right? Dave, you are, let's say you're about like 30 feet back, so it's going to take you one turn to get over there, unless you want to dash, you know. I mean, you can basically make it there in one turn. And, well, you could do like a range attack or whatever, but you're still a distance away, all right?
Okay.
And Mikage and Ori, you are safely behind, but you're still way back. Let's say it's going to take you 2 turns to get there. And Pan, you are obviously in the thick of it, okay? So, Ori, you are rushing over. Right now, the elementals seem to be looming large. They are growing in size. They're towering over Pan, and they are approaching him slowly. So, Ori, what are you doing?
Well, I'm actually gonna stay back with Harbor, so I'm not even going to be close to the fight.
Okay.
So,
All right. All right, and then Mikage?
I'm going to remember that next time you're at 1 health.
I'm literally at 1 health. The only reason I didn't have to be magically saved from death is because I magically saved myself from death. I can like barely walk at this point in time.
Okay, Mikage, you are also in the back right now with the generals. Again, the elementals are looming. What are you doing?
We're moving toward, but I'm gonna do Cure Wounds on myself since we haven't done our rest yet, and just feel What? I haven't used it.
What is that now?
It says, so I try to do it for Cure Wounds, and I haven't used it. I don't know what
That's okay.
Okay.
You've gained 4 hit points. You get back 4 hit points. Okay, perfect. The clay golem approaches you, Pan. You see him move over slowly. His giant hand extends large, forms this giant pillar. Basically comes smashing down at the ground against you. Roll defense roll and tell me what you do.
I'd jump back and create space.
As you jump back, you see this hand slam into the ground. It creates almost like a pillar where it leaves his arm off of it, but you've managed to safely escape and dodge out of the way. Very good. All right. Next up, the fire elemental then steps up, and just like that, his hands, like, he basically just raises his like appendages out, and you see them moving towards you. Roll a defense roll. Tell me what you're doing.
mean, same thing, I guess. Wait, that's the wrong button. Hold on. Where is...
They have the Argon. Try that then. You can be able to do that with your defense roll. So, yeah, do it quickly. Just roll normally. Can you do that?
Where is it in Argon thing? Dodge. I don't know what's going on.
No, not that. Let's see. So you should be able to... It should have a little pop-up that says normal, advantage, or disadvantage. Do you see that or no?
I mean, I hit the dodge button and it didn't pop up anything.
No, it's not the dodge. Sorry, it's going to be on reaction. So do reaction.
Reaction. Defense roll V2.
And do you see a pop-up? There we
Yeah.
go. Perfect, thank you.
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh, that's it. You try to dodge out of the way. However, you could feel the flames. Basically, the flames kissed your legs, right? It's like a heat that just kind of simmers on them. You're gonna take 4 hit points of damage on that. Okay. At this point, it is your turn now, Pan. You've just tasted the fire just a little bit. It's hot. At the same time, too, there's a stone golem right behind you. What are you doing?
I still want to try to call... Wait, so no one's listening to me? There's no one can hear me asking her why she's...
People are starting to crowd around. They're starting to, move closely over, but they are a bit intimidated by these elementals here.
Where is she?
She's going to be over here, right behind. I don't really have an icon. I can put an icon for you if you want.
Okay. No, it's fine. I'm just wondering range-wise. Okay, I want to try to levitate her like really high in the air.
Okay, all right.
So how does this work? Let me
Dave, you're
read
gonna be
it.
next,
I'll just
okay?
hit the button.
Okay, so she's going to try and just do a DC 13 roll. I'll have her do that. I'll put her back here. This is her. She does not. She is floating in the air now. I guess tell me what you want to do with her.
I want to move her towards... Can only move by pushing or pulling against a fixed object within reach. So no, I can't. I can only keep her there. So I'm gonna move back this way.
Okay, all right. The stone golem tries to approach you slowly, but he's not able to get within range. He's moving, but every step that he takes, causes the ground to shake. Okay, Dave, you've got Pan now right next to you. However, the stone golem appears to be encroaching towards you slowly. What are you doing?
So I was reading that the bag of beans, actually you can't, if you need to plant it and wait a minute in order for any of the effects to take effect, but you can throw one on the ground and it explodes. Or it says dump the contents of the bag. Yeah, they explode with a 10-foot radius. So I think I just want to throw a bean. The stone golem. Yeah. So it's they explode in a 10-foot radius extending from the bean. Each creature in the area, including you, must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, taking... Oh wait, I don't want to take any damage. Never mind.
I honestly like the idea of just throwing a bean and it just does the magic. I don't like the whole waiting a minute. I'll be honest, it seems a little slow.
Okay.
So if you want to throw a bean and it does a thing, I'm gonna let you do that.
Yeah, I'll throw a bean. Also, it says in the description that it doesn't necessarily need to be a 1d100. It could be tiny rules we decide, or if the GM just wants to decide the effect. But
Okay.
the randomness is also kind of fun.
I like the randomness. Let's do that. I think that I'm feeling that. So let's do that. If you want to throw a bean, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a bean.
And I'll let you go ahead and roll that 1d100 too. So roll the bean and a 9, and then go ahead and use that bean so I can see so that everybody can see what it says. So roll the bean info. Okay, 09. A geyser erupts and sprouts water, beer, berry, juice, tea, vinegar, wine, or oil 30 feet into the air for 1d12 rounds. So that's, let's see, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Roll
7,
the-
8.
yeah.
I'm gonna roll a 1d8 to see which one that is. Okay, so let's see which one we want. 7. Okay. So then that means that wine. So from where you threw it, wine is now shooting into the air as a geyser. All right. You just see it just like. I guess you could tell me red or white is probably the next question.
I don't want to stain everybody's stuff. I'll do white wine.
Okay. All right. Perfect. That's very thoughtful of you.
We-
So white wine is now just like shooting as a geyser out. All right. Now, because the two things happen. The wine is shooting from the ground. It's just causing a mist in the air. The clay golem now, you start to see it just kind of droop a little bit. It starts to move a little bit slower, almost sludge-like, right? So it's starting to melt bit by bit. However, for the fire elemental, wine does have alcohol, so now you're starting to see it grow and grow and grow. So that's what's happened.
All right.
All right, I'm taking my turn this time.
I've got one more action.
Go for it.
I've got another attack. I'm thinking of throwing another bean.
Throwing another bean? Okay, go.
Yeah.
That until
I'll just roll a 1d100 so we already
Yeah,
got
yes,
that.
please. Go ahead and do that. So I think you're down to 1 bean now after this one. Go for it.
I have 5 bags of beans. I'm gonna gift them to Dave after this. I'm gonna gift him some beans. since he
74,
seemed to
another
use
one.
them.
A fruit tree grows. It has 1d10 plus 20 fruit. All right, 1d10 plus 20. So it's got 29 fruit on it, and then 1d8 of which.
Wait, so how many fruit came out?
29 fruit, 2 of which are determined magic potions. Let's say they're health potions, while 1 ingested and the tree vanishes in 1 hour.
See,
While
this
one
is where I
acts as an
from.
ingested poison of the GM's choice. Okay, so you've got 2 of them that have magic. One of them does, let's say it's a health potion, and then the other one does poison. So it's 50-50. But you've got 29. So it's a less than 10% chance of picking a magic fruit, and of those, one of them is poison and one of them is health. Okay? But a tree sprouts right in the... I guess tell me where it sprouts to. Where do you want to have it sprout?
I don't have a good a sense of the geography here, but I'll do it right in front of the stone dude.
Okay.
That way, yeah, impede him a little bit.
All right. Okay. Perfect. I'll give you guys a moment now to think about, I guess, what you want to do now. Next. So go
I'm
ahead.
doing hypnotic pattern. I'm tired. I'm weak. I want this to be over. This is all a misunderstanding. We just want to sit down and communicate. I'm doing hypnotic pattern, and I'm hoping that it'll be done.
Okay. All right. What about
Fair
everybody
enough.
else? What else is it? What is everybody else doing?
Now that she's floating, I was gonna try to water whip her and pull her over to me.
Ooh, that's a cool idea. I like that. Let me do it like this. So here's a tree. It is standing in between everybody. Okay. Mikage, how about you? What are you going to do? And Dave?
I'm still heading over with the generals to kind of try and sort this out. Maybe we can get it to calm down.
Okay. And Mikage? I'm sorry, I already asked. And Dave, what about you? What are you going to do?
Another bean.
Another bean?
Another bean. My last one.
I like it. All right.
I'm also gonna give Dave 2 bags of beads.
Okay.
How many beans does each bag have?
3d4.
3d4. So Dave has 1 more bean, and then he's all out. And then Pan is going to share a bag with him. Okay.
I have 2 bags.
Okay, Ori, you are up. There's a giant tree now standing between you and the elementals, and the girl is now floating in the air. How about how high up in the air is she floating, Pan?
I don't know. Max. I want her to be terrified.
Let's go with 30 feet. Let's go with 30 feet for right now. Okay. All right.
Okay, so this is a 30-foot by 30-foot cube. So I'm placing it like right here.
Okay.
to shadow all the people.
It's been charm for the duration. All right. So we'll do him first. 15. He fails. He succeeds. Crazy enough. And Clay Golem and the Fire Elemental also succeeds. So, oh, and then
But what
also, and
about
then the
her?
girl, she succeeds as well. So you only got the Stone Golem. Interesting.
Jeez.
The Stone
Better.
Golem now like looks over longingly at you, and you kind of see him kind of like, reach out, but very tenderly almost, as he's kind of like trying to like, blow a kiss to you almost. Imagine that. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Mikage, you see the Stone Golem blow a kiss to Ori. Everybody, however, you see you see the Tiefling girl floating 30 feet in the air. What are you doing?
So I'm still moving towards them with the generals, and I say in Infernal, peace, sister. While my friend is inconsiderate of how scary he can be, or we mean you no harm. And I want to do it. Does the democracy can intensify my voice? What is it?
Sure, we can do that. Let's say so for effect, we can do that. Go ahead, but roll persuasion. Let's do that. And you're talking to
Persuasion?
her, right? You're talking to her.
Yeah, I'm talking to her, and I'm. Let's see. Here we are.
Oof.
Why is it? I always get the low rolls right now. Apparently, I'm not. Maybe the general's gonna be.
You try to send out so that the thaumaturgy, however you say it, right? It makes
think
your
it's-
voice echo out. However, there's some type of misconnection, right? There's some type of connection where when you're speaking it in Infernal and the thaumaturgy going out, the girl, she's 30 feet up in the air. She's having trouble understanding, and she's clearly panicking.
Yeah.
And as well as like casting the spell, it doesn't quite reach her. She can't quite hear what you're saying. She's terrified at this point, and it's, your words don't quite reach her. So it doesn't mean that you didn't say it. It's just that she couldn't quite understand. Okay. All right. The clay golem now at this point it is moving slowly. It is at a snail's pace. It moves trudgingly slowly. You can see it kind of wrap itself around the base of the tree. It's starting to try and push the tree over. So the tree itself is just kind of wobbling back and forth. Fruit are now falling from the tree, right? Rolling all around you. And it's a mixture of clay and dirt and wine now spraying everywhere. So you've got, interesting flavored apples, if you will. All right. However, the fire elemental now approaches closely towards it. The tree starts catching fire. So now the branches, the leaves, everything is just engulfed in flames. It is trying to move past. However, it can't. It's basically just lighting the tree on fire as we speak. Okay.
How's the clay golem doing then?
Clay Golem's not too happy about that. However, he's like a little sludge of things. So he's melting more and more quickly. Pan,
I'm like,
you are up.
imagining
What are you doing?
I'm gonna use my new item. So, let's see. I cast Gust of Wind,
Okay.
and I can't click Gust of Wind for some reason.
Okay, I will give you that
But-
spell later, but that sounds good. I think you do a DC 13 from it.
Yeah, I mean we can just roll it, and if they win, I'm trying to bring the girl towards me and put the fire out on the tree.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so what I read the spell. It makes like a long tunnel of wind that moves. It like impedes movement, and it puts out fire and stuff, and it moves shit. So I assume since she's floating in the air, it'll just bring her over.
I think it might push her back. Is that
Well,
what you-
it says I can choose the direction of the wind.
Oh, so you wanted to push. Okay, so you wanted basically to come east, right? Push her.
I want it to come towards. Yeah, I'm pulling her towards me with the gust of wind.
Okay, all right. So in this case, The fire has been extinguished. She floats towards you, right? She's now hovering 30 feet above you. The stone golem is not impacted at all. The clay golem, however, is more just spread out. You imagine as mud is just like just strained across the floor, right? The only question though is the fire elemental, and the fire elemental. Then I'm gonna have him roll. What is it? DC 13. I'm gonna roll him. Just have him roll a DC 13. Okay. Or 1D. I'm sorry, 1D20 to see how he does. And you see the flames as he looks around. The wind blasts him, and he slowly dissipates. And that fire that was once engulfing it huge is now gone. The flame is now gone. The stone golem, though, he is not impacted at all by the wind. He does not see. He just moving as it was. He tries to get around. However, he's moving slowly. You see him take a swipe at the tree. He slams on the tree. The tree with a mighty blow. You see it start to quiver and then eventually fall right nearby you. So now it is just a big log lying in the ground. Okay, Dave. Tree is down. Flame elemental is out. Clay golem is spread thin like peanut butter on bread. What are you doing?
Wait, is the fire elemental gone?
It's gone. Like that wind blast basically blasted him out.
Okay, just the stone left. Bag of bean time.
Oh yeah, and I also hand Dave 2 bags of beans.
Okay,
So I'll take
he's got his
2
bean.
out of my inventory.
All right, 75. Is that another one? That's another fruit tree. Another fruit tree.
Trees everywhere.
They're just trees.
Oh,
everywhere.
I'm a forest.
Oh yeah, so it's right in front of them.
Just make sure, let the people know at least one of those fruits is poisonous.
All right, 1d10.
Yeah.
Don't eat the fruit.
I'll do the PSA after.
We'll just say-
now that-
So there are 21 fruits and 1d8, and of those 8, of them 3 are magical. One of them is poison. The other 2 are health potions. Okay, so you've got another tree.
I guess. Yeah. So where's the golem? Is this dude? Yeah. Oh, that's the clay one.
There's a clay golem, and here's the girl. Yeah,
All right. Oh, that's the girl. Where's the stone?
stone is back here, right here.
Oh, okay. Oh gosh, I don't want to swing at the girl. I'll go to the stone elemental though. And just swing at him with my great axe.
This lands. You see, as you cut through, his arm just falls off. Like one of his arms just completely falls off as you cleave it, and it lands with a giant thud. It's a huge amount of rock and stone that falls, and he kind of takes a step backwards. And he is now a one-armed stone golem, right? Okay.
All right.
Let's start up again. So, Ori, you're up first, then Mikage, Pan, then Dave. Do you guys want to talk about what you want to do, or you just want to hop into it?
I mean, I can bring the girl down at any time.
I am
And she'll
trying.
be, like, right in our lap or
Charm the
something.
girl. I'm trying to charm her because if she's charmed, then she will make the others stop attacking her. So no
I mean,
one.
wouldn't she make them stop attacking if she was like grabbed by one of us as she's like floating right over our
I mean,
head?
if she's conscious, then she's still controlling them.
She is conscious, but like she'll be like imagine.
Terrified in our arms.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's like stop or die, or whatever type thing, you know? No.
I'm trying to preserve the
Arms, I'm
friendship.
the generals and just plop her in front of them.
We are here of their goodwill, and she is a part of their camp. I'm gonna try
She's
to charm
attacking
her.
me.
Yeah, you ran at her.
So
Scared them to
It's scary.
So? she was running before. I didn't run at her until she ran away.
If you're not guilty, why are you running?
Yeah, she started to run when she saw me. I didn't do anything.
I'm just
Listen,
using
when a
cop
large
logic. That's all.
dude runs at you,
I don't even know
no
what's
matter
going
how
My character does not know what's going on.
She ran off. She
Listen,
ran off when
if
she
a
saw
large
me.
if a large dude runs at you, no matter how powerful you are not going to feel safe. Regardless.
Don't know what you're talking about. She ran away, and I chased after her because she was at the camp.
I'm gonna charm person. I'm gonna charm her.
I'm gonna bring her down and grab her.
Well, if she's charmed, then they'll stop
I'm
attacking.
still gonna bring her down and grab her.
Maybe she'll come. Maybe she'll chill out herself. Okay.
We will see.
If she's charmed, be nice to her. Because as soon as one of our party attacks or makes a bad move towards her,
no one has attacked yet. No, we've taken collective damage, and no one has attacked her yet.
Attack the golem.
You've attacked
we
the
attacked the
golem.
golems,
That's not
but-
her. So you can attack the golems, just not her.
Oh, you mean after the spell? I was saying in
After
general.
the spell, if it is successful, if we
We'll see. Let's just play the turn. I'll do what I want to do.
I think we're moving forward. I think that's it. Dave, you know what you want to do?
Yeah. Beans and swinging at people.
Okay, all right,
All right.
Ori, go ahead. You do what you're doing.
Okay.
She's got to do a charm. Okay, so let's see how she does. 1 in 4. Oh, she is definitely charmed. Okay, describe what that spell looks like then.
I like the little pink swirly things, so kind of like the Imperious charm in Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Some nice pink little swirlies of mist. They swirl around her, and she smiles, and you can tell she's charmed. And so when I do that, I'm gonna tell her, listen, we mean you no harm. Please stop fighting us.
Is charm not like mind control?
It's not mind control. It is suggestion.
It's more like suggestion. It's like they
Yeah.
have a crush on you, or they have an affection for you, or something like that.
Yeah. They regard you as a friendly acquaintance.
Yeah.
So
It's a higher likelihood they'll do
what you yeah.
Okay. She looks at you, Ori, and you see the smile just, spread across her face. She's beaming at this point. And she kind of still looks down, and she's like, "Oh, I'm still 30 feet up in the air. Would you mind bringing me down?" And as that, she kind of waves her hand. You see the elementals just kind of
Okay, my
Kinda-
internet went out again.
No worries. The elementals just kind of fall to pieces all around you. And however, she's still floating 30 feet up in the air. And she kind of looks at you. It's like, would you mind just bringing me down just a bit, please?
Pan, please bring her down.
Yeah, I mean, if the combat's over, then you can just bring her down. I just assumed I was waiting for my turn.
Okay, all
But
right.
you can bring her down whenever.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We bring it.
And so, yeah, combat has now finished. So you guys are no longer fighting these elementals. All right, let's do a stop on that. Okay. She kind of she's down on the ground now. She kind of starts feeling the ground. She's like, whew, okay, we're good. She looks over at you. Is like, she's still eyeing Pan very suspiciously. She's still very nervous around him. However, she runs over to you, Ori, kind of wrapped, arm in arm. She links up and is like, how do you know this guy, and why is he following me?
So I'm pretty much sagging against her because I'm very weak, and I'm going to say, like, listen, I'm really sorry about all of this. I'm pretty sure he recognized your voice from a situation we were in earlier. So, he just kind of goes for what he wants. He didn't mean to scare you. Could you tell us about the thing that happened in the guard station? You were saying something earlier about them, like, falling for it, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, I have been feeding them information, just like really random things, just, I don't know. I mean, they're giving me money for it, so it's fine. So,
I mean, hey,
why not
lucrative.
just give them, if it's some way just to get some money, I mean, no big deal, right?
I guess if it's false information, then that's fine. It's all been false, right?
Well, why don't we confirm with the generals what information she's been giving them? Because there is a leak.
Yeah. So come talk to the generals with us.
So she kind of,
I
arm in arm,
yeah.
she kind of is
Also,
holding you up
they
like, oh
could,
my
like,
goodness, dear, you're
tail
bleeding
her,
profusely. What's
you know?
going on?
Me, I'm bleeding profusely.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am bleeding profusely.
Yeah.
I would like a nap sometime soon. So let's go hang out with these generals for a
Yeah.
minute.
And Pan, what was that? What did you say?
Oh, nothing. I was just throwing in like, yeah, I want to know.
Okay.
I want to know what information she's saying, because like, or like, what if they tail her or bug her or whatever?
She heads over to, she walks with you, arm in arm, over to the generals. The generals now, they have their arms crossed. They're looking in consternation at her. It's like, oh, Philanira, it's more trouble out of you. Oh my God. What trouble have you gotten yourself into now? And she looks over at them. She says, I don't know what you're talking about. I was just feeding them some bullshit information. They were giving me money. I mean, I wasn't telling them anything important. The generals look at her and they're like, what did you tell them? And she looks over and she just says, well, that there was going to be maybe an attack, but it was going to happen in like 3-4 weeks. I told them that, we were going to go over here. I don't know. I just told them random stuff. The generals kind of look at each other and they're like, if you told them in 3-4 weeks, then how is it possible that they knew we would be there at the guard station? Philanira kind of looks at you and she just kind of shrugs like, I swear I just told them that, we were going to attack like the capital city or something. We weren't going to do this. I wouldn't give away any details. Why would I do that?
Telling them we're gonna attack the capital city is probably just going to enrage them rather than distract them. I get where you're coming from, but I feel like it could have gone over better.
I know you've been able to get some gold, little one, but you may want to keep yourself safe from now on. No more false leads. Because if they find out, you're going to be strung up where your people can't help you.
She looks down like a scolded child, kind of crosses her hands and looks and is like, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do any trouble, guys. I was just trying to get some extra money to, just because.
I get it. It's not a great side hustle, but
it was something.
It was something. So can we agree to not do it anymore? Maybe do a little pool hustling instead.
She puts up her hand. I promise. I'll never do it again.
Cool.
Can she still use her connection? Can we use this to our advantage?
The charm person?
No,
the person she was talking.
Yeah,
the person at the guard station.
Or you can go in as her the next time if they don't know exactly what she looks like, or we can make you look like her.
Right.
I mean, if you want.
As long as we get a little bit of sleep first, I'm going to gesture to my bloody wounds. Can I lay down?
The generals dismiss her out of the way. Go ahead, Mikage.
Has Harbor just run off with his wife at this point?
No, he's still just like watching over her. He's kind of keeping an eye. You look over in the distance, you can see him still tending to her. She still lays unconscious on the floor, still glowing. But he's still kind of just keeping an eye on what's going on with you.
If her glow hasn't gotten worse, maybe we should just all take a nice rest. Come back, at least in a couple hours. train's not scheduled to leave until the evening, right? Or the next day or the evening? I think the evening.
I think you've got the evening, like the next day.
Yeah.
I guess the next day, yeah. So
We've got several hours.
I would suggest that we all go home with Harbor. Don't mind sleeping on the floor.
I mean,
But-
we were sleeping in like random quarters at the camp anyway, so.
Yeah, but I have a feeling like once she wakes up.
Oh yeah, we'll need to talk to her.
okay.
Yeah, let's go sleep near them. And when we all wake up, we'll have more information.
Okay. The generals dismiss Philanera, the girl who was spreading the BS information. She walks away. However, they look at you and it's like, oh, that doesn't help because that means we still have a mole somewhere in this camp. And with that, I'm gonna say let's go ahead and stop the session. This way everybody can get to bed a little early. Consider you guys have gone and rested, so that for next session you guys will get a long rest. You have, let's say y'all stayed at Harbor's place, and we can pick up from there. How does that sound for everybody?
Perfect.
All right, man, this was a interesting session. Let's do a quick retro. See how everybody feels.
So many beans.
I love it. All right, okay, let's start off with Sean first.
Kind of guy.
Sean, what do you like, love, learn, lack? What have you got?
Yeah, I like it was a good pace for a session. I like that, and I like the use of beans. Yeah. Nothing on either other ones, but good session.
Good session.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you. Anything lacking you want more of or less of?
No, it was a good session.
Okay, cool, sounds good. Thank you. Samad, if you could please. Like, love, learn, lack.
I thought it. I liked it. It was good paced, like the same. It was fast paced, so it was fun. We did a lot in whatever hour and a half, hour 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm. In time.
So
okay.
yeah, I don't really have any criticism.
Okay, sounds good. Rachel, how about you? Like, love, learn, lack.
I really liked how we could go a whole session being like very injured and still kind of come out of it. Like we don't have to be fully powered every time and survive. That's kind of interesting. I think it keeps the plot realness, as real as D&D can get, up a little bit. I love the use of beans. That's it's Dave's thing now, I guess. Big fan.
Like
And just tossing beans left and right.
I'm a beans
And
and
I think
sausage kind of guy.
I think Dave's new catchphrase has to be beans.
Ah,
I think that's required now.
beans.
Beans. I don't think it lacked anything. We had like kind of a little bit of everything. It was probably faster paced than the last, 10 sessions we've done. Because we've been really like, let's go through every detail that we could possibly explore. And this one, we got some stuff done. I do like exploring detail, but this was productive. So that's good. I learned that Ori doesn't like to be almost dead.
I don't blame her.
Fair.
Cool. Anything lacking you want more of or less of?
I don't think so. I mean, this had a really good balance this time. I love the role play, but fighting is still interesting. And this fight was also especially interesting because it was like half of us wanted to fight and the other half didn't. So we were
We're like, no.
we were like struggling against each other a little. So it was interesting.
Awesome. Thank you. And Megan, if you could.
I actually agree 100% with Rachel. Like, it made for interesting, especially like I said, since I think it was divided upon party lines, especially the injured party lines, where it was just like, yeah, let's see if, like, don't get me wrong. I think in general, like, she and I like talking our way. I know, actually, I think all of us like enjoy talking our way out of things if we can. But I think there was like a little itch, was like, all right, let's go. And we're just like, oh, we don't have.
Oh God! Oh no!
So it made it fun. It is like, it makes you think, you want to think in the group, especially for a D&D, but it also allows you to think on your own as an individual. Like, especially if you're like very much, all right, this is what the party wants, so we're going for it. But then it's like, wait a second, the party wants this. Oh no, I'm putting the hard brakes on this.
Yeah, I guess sometimes. Sorry to
No, that's it. No.
add a little more, but I guess like when you're out in the realm that the DM has created and we're fighting things you don't know, it's kind of like, all right, well, we'll protect the party even if we don't want to fight. But in this place where it's like our safe place, it's easier to kind of have our individual thoughts and take our individual actions. So I think that's interesting.
And let's see, like, I don't think that there's much lacking. I mean, considering we got to a nice stopping point, I mean, I'm always down for longer, but I think, oh, sorry. Can y'all hear me? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, yeah. We can hear you.
No, the thing said low power mode, and I was like, oh, did I freeze? Anyway, so like for me, I was telling Kenneth earlier, like I'm used to long sessions because we would make a whole evening at it. We would go to like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, like depending on what the goal was. So it's nice to be able to like get to a healthy pausing point.
And I think I would like longer sessions, just not on like Sunday nights.
Oh, this is within what time frames we have.
Mm-hmm.
So,
if we ever did this on not a Sunday, I would be so down for much longer sessions.
Especially if we did it in person.
Yeah.
We'd have to do it in person for sure.
Love those.
My longest session I did was with my other group, that we did the finale of Dragon of Icespire Peak, and that was for about 8 hours. But the actual playtime was maybe 5 hours or so, because the other time we were just eating pizza and hanging out and talking, so playtime was actually like 3 to 4 hours.
That's still pretty long, though. I mean,
it's still, yeah. But we broke it up. So we sat down, we hung out, we talked, and then we played for like 2 hours, 2.5. We broke for pizza and chat and just chill, and then we finished it up for the finale or so.
In the day, like through the course of a full day versus in the evening.
Yeah, it was a daytime thing. So we hung out for a party for my friend. It was his choice to do this hangout. So I was like, oh yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do it. It'll be a good finale for that. Okay. And so it was fun. But I will say I was exhausted. So from our short sessions that we do, I oftentimes, almost every time, actually come out even more stimulated, because I'm like, oh my god, this has happened. So I'm like writing everything down, jotting things down, thinking about what I'm going to do next session. So even after we finish, I'm like, I'm still awake. Holy shit. It's like, whatever time, I need to go to sleep. But it's good and bad, because I like doing the short sessions, because I feel like we get so much more done too, But it's a different feel. It's different. And I would love to do a longer one too. So that would be good as well. I guess, yeah. So for me, my question is for everybody, like, what do you think of this, the information you found out so far?
It was funny to hear that, like, one of our huge, like, oh, we found the mole, but it's Firra. It turned out, like, it's not Firra. It's just some girl who wanted money. And it's like, come on! It's a kind of moment. And
it could be lying.
Well,
I mean, if
It's
you recognize, wow.
not working with them. It's just the whole thing about a mole. There's two moles. One a false lead, and then there's the other one that either they're figuring out based off of her information they're doing the opposite, or I mean there's still a gap. So we haven't really learned much, even though we thought we had answers.
We don't.
We don't.
So that's gonna be interesting. I probably need to have a talk with my father about that.
I think he's the mole.
I have I really don't want to believe it, but
He's definitely the mole.
for plot's sake, I must acknowledge the possibility. So,
Well, time to figure it out. We just need to be really prepared for the tieflings leaving. The other thing is, actually, I found in general, I feel like we didn't find out that much official information. I feel next session will be
the big
where we actually pull in the information. We have Firra, we have if she wakes up, we have the documents that were in the boxes that we managed to see. We still have Pan, even though he said it was only a few minutes. I would still probably want to inquire a little bit more about his sister, and if she mentioned anything, and then I have to write down the what I remember of the location. I need to put that on paper before I start forgetting.
We need to open our packages. See what fun shit we got.
And then I need to transcribe my stuff and see if there was anything, if there any of the packages or the things that we recovered are Dragonic documents. Because I'm still going to be curious about that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I like that you guys have a lot of different things that y'all may want to do. So that was all what I was hoping for, actually. So that's great. So I'm happy about that. So I'm excited for next session to give you guys a very open-ended, y'all decide what y'all want to do here. And then we'll go down that path. So, all right. Well, that's it for me. I had a lot of fun. I missed everybody. And I look forward to our next session.
Goodbye, everybody.
All right.
Trust.
Have a good night. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right.